This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hello, hello, hello. It is the After Party live on a Waterfall Wednesday. And I got to tell you, just about the time I think, we've seen all the coolest waterfalls in the world, I find a cache of waterfalls that take my breath away. So that is coming up, some relaxing waterfalls to look at. And it all comes down to where we went yesterday on our Travel Tuesday trip to Taiwan. And then I got an email last night from Jim Liu, who asked me about a restaurant in Petaluma because he had a cousin visiting from Taiwan. So I had like Taiwan on the brain, and I thought, why not check out waterfalls in Taiwan and see if there are any good ones? And boy, are there ever. I started this show a little early. I thought, we could hang out together a little longer. I know I'm trying to start right around 1:30 as Mark's show goes longer, but I just kind of fluid. Sometimes I think it will start a little early, sometimes depending on how long his show goes, a little late. Thank you, Yvonne. What a nice thing to say. Your comments are so lovely. I get the nicest messages here on the show, and then sometimes emailed. Really wonderful. You guys know how to lift somebody up and make them feel wonderful. Thanks for the invite. You're always invited here. Please come along. And by the way, you're always invited as well. If you have somewhere you've traveled or you have some waterfalls to share, you're always invited to come on the show. I welcome guests. As a matter of fact, I will put the address of where to join me live in the chat, and then you will have it. It changes every day. But if anybody ever wants to pop on, or you can always email me and let me know, kim@theafterparty.live, that you want to come on, you have something to share, some Travel Tuesday trip. I mean, it has to be in keeping with the theme of the show, right? But yeah, email me or just come on and say hello. You're always welcome. Kind of like we used to do in talk radio, where you could just call in and we put you on the air. Same kind of situation here. You don't have to use your video camera if you want to turn it off so we can just hear your voice. It's all good, whatever you want to do. Or you can use your video camera. Happy to have you either way. Aloha to Yvonne as well. I love that you kind of tropical us up a little bit with aloha. Gold Coast. Yes, come back, Glenn. Take us to the Gold Coast. Love it. Love it. You're so amazing. $5 from Harry Magnan. What? Let's get this party started. And that we did. Thank you, Harry, for the kind, generous donation. Appreciate that. And Glenn throwing in a couple of bucks, Australian bucks, the cool kind as well, and says thank you for the return to sanity. So that's what we shall do. And I have some stories to share with you. So let us get to them. The first one is this art history mystery. Did AI facial recognition find this lost portrait of Anne Boleyn or not? We know who Anne Boleyn is, right? She was the second wife of Henry VIII. He accused her of treason because he wanted to divorce her so he could chop off her head. They say that this art was among mislabeled portraits in a royal art collection. There is a new study done by some art historians based on using an AI model to try to identify this unknown figure from Tudor history. So they didn't know who this picture represented. The findings have been published now in the journal NPJ Heritage Science, and they say that they think the 16th century sketch that was in Britain's Royal Collection Trust is actually Anne Boleyn. Of course, she was executed in the Tower of London. We know her story. Is that her? No, the study suggests a second sketch, supposedly portraying Anne Boleyn, doesn't portray her at all. That it's her mother, Elizabeth Howard, and not Anne Boleyn. So it makes this new dispute over what the queen actually looked like. There's a lead author of the study, Karen Davies, who's an art historian, says it's not like we're making a claim and that it's settled, like that's it. AI figured it out. That there's debate and reassessment about who this person is and what the person is. They said we don't have a lifetime painted portrait of her, a wonderful painting that we can use as a reference point. And so there's debate already about whether this new likeness is Anne Boleyn or whether it isn't. 500 years ago, roundabout, there was a German painter, Hans Holbein the Younger, who was tasked with painting the Tudor court. Today, there are 85 of his drawings that survive in this collection at Windsor Castle. And they're used by historians to figure out who the players were in the king's inner circle. So far, only 30 of the 85 have been confidently identified. Others were labeled in the 1700s, but some scholars are questioning the inscriptions and whether they are who they really say they are. These 18th century labels marked one portrait as Anne Boleyn, the other this unidentified woman. So, what is it? They used some AI to assess these paintings, to assess a painting, and then to assess this art. They say the Holbein drawings functioned as working likenesses, technical blueprints for painted portraits, and it makes them uniquely suited to biometric analysis, which measures bone structure and proportion rather than hairstyle or costume. And the interpretation suggests the sketches should be relabeled and that the unidentified woman is Anne Boleyn, and that aligns better with written descriptions of her appearance as well. Some art historians aren't convinced. So does AI in this case bring more questions than it does settle the dispute? I don't know. Interesting. You would think the exactness of a facial recognition system would look at it and go, oh yeah, no, that's Anne Boleyn. But we don't know. I have some animal stories to share with you. First of all, how cute are these puppies? These are working dogs. Look at those little cuties. These are the sled dog puppies in Denali National Park and Preserve. These Alaskan Husky puppies are workers at Denali National Park and Preserve. For 104 years, the park has had working dogs. And now they've got this puppy cam they put up. You can watch these future canine rangers. They're named after various national parks. Sequoia, Mammoth, Rainier, Teton, and Mesa were born on March 30th. There's another pup named Acadia that is going to join the team soon from another kennel. And you can watch them grow and learn and bond with the rangers. It looks like the live cam doesn't have any puppies in it right now. They must be out training. So there are the puppies, and I'll show you the live cam. Kind of fun. I mean, fun when the puppies are in, but the puppies are not in right now. Here's what the live cam looks like. They know what they're doing. Maybe they're out training the pups, or maybe the pups are napping in their little pup house. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing. But the sled dogs are working rangers at Denali National Park. They haul supplies, they patrol the land, 2 million acres. The Denali sled dog kennels, apparently one of the oldest sled dog kennels in the country. These are freight-style Alaskan Huskies with long legs to help break a trail through the snow, compact paws that resist ice buildup between the toes. They have sturdy coats and puffy tails to keep them warm. And they have to love to pull and be part of a team and have good social skills. So The mother of the puppies, and I'll take away the live cam because there's not much going on in there. The mother of the puppies, her name is Spark, and she's already a Denali canine ranger. The father is from another kennel in Fairbanks, Alaska, I guess. So, yeah. They said arranged breeding and splitting litters with partners strengthens the health of their kennel's lineage. So, not only can you look at the puppy cam, but people can visit Denali National Park and actually go to the kennels and check out these puppies. They're open every day, and they've got a free dog sled program at the park as well. So, I mean, I'm sure there's already talk in the chat about dogs and breeding and all kinds of things, and how it would be better. I'm sure there are dogs of this breed to be rescued as well, but they are cute puppies. Kolinar is right. Nullifidian likes the one on the left with his little, so cute. He's got like a little white colored chin. Adorable. Yeah, they're very, very cute. Okay, another animal story for you. And this one involves a moth. This is a moth that has a new name, new discovery, a new moth species, and they have named it after Pope Leo, everybody. Yes. Pope Leo receiving gifts from visitors all over the world every year. But in this newly identified insect, they say it could be the first papal tribute of its kind. Pope Leo, the moth is named Pyralis papaleone. And they did this because Pope Leo has a very strong stance on environmental conservation. So it was a tribute to that. This moth was recently discovered on the Isle of Crete in the Mediterranean. The ecological significance of this moth, they say, lives up to its name, the Pope Leo moth, because the Pope is a strong advocate of climate and environmental protection. And the scientists say they hope that his voice may serve as an example for humanity. Now, there's Pope Leo, the Pope Leo moth. A pretty moth, I think. Nice looking moth. What a great camouflage, says Glenn. I wouldn't see it on a tree. Yeah, nice, named it after Pope Leo. Peter says moths are destructive to cloth and paper. They eat. Yes, they do. Next story. We'll move from animals, I think, to the night sky. What is it? It's another mystery. It's a mystery shape that was seen across the night skies in British Columbia. Unidentified shape, reported ranging hundreds of miles across central and northern British Columbia between 10 and 11 p.m. local time Tuesday night. Someone posted a video of this to social media. They said it glowed brightly and then appeared to dim as it moved further away. The experts haven't weighed in on this yet. Some thinking it could be a runaway weather balloon, perhaps? I don't know. Maybe a meteor? Unknown. What is it? Kind of big, and almost so big that it looks a little like AI. I'll share the video posted to social media. It's very strange, this object. Here's what the video looks like. I mean, that's big, right? Pretty bright, giant ball of light with some kind of light behind it as well, and a line. And there it is, moving across the sky. What the heck is that? Is it fake? Is it, I mean, lots of reports from hundreds of miles, people looking up and seeing this thing. And then it kind of gets a little dimmer. and dissipates. So is it a weather balloon? Is it a meteor? Is it a UFO? What is it? Is it AI? Is it real? And there it goes. Yeah. What do you think it is? Look at that. Just kind of moving along, scooting along the night sky, and then it's gone. Weird, right? Okay, I'm going to the chat to see what you think this might be. This is one of those weird ones. It's a Bavona. What's a Bavona, the grunge thing? The Bavona. What is that? Hmm. There's a Val Bavona, which is a valley in Switzerland. I don't know what a Bavona is. Are you pulling my leg? I don't know what a Bavona is. UFO. Oh no, the blob. It's aliens. It's always a weather balloon, says Ms. Organic. Always a weather balloon. Yeah, weird. I don't know what it is. It freaks me out a little bit though, because it's bigger than, I don't know, like a plane. You'd think a plane would, yeah, I don't know. It's always a weather balloon. I'm sure someone will weigh in to say what it is. The aliens are coming for us. Obviously, aliens, says Gordon. Psh, come on. It's a massive ego that finally escaped. If it moves fast, it's now ours. Glenn says, one day we will be greeted by another life. Right now, we are too destructive for a visit. You know how we blast radio and audio sounds into space, and we have been for a long time with the SETI project? I'm always worried about, like, who are we letting know in the universe that we're here? Maybe we shouldn't have an open invitation to people to come visit, or creatures, alien creatures. There's a massive ego that finally escaped. Yeah, who knows? One of those Chinese lanterns, perhaps. If it's an alien, it better have its papers or ICE will deport them. Yeah, I don't know. So that one remains a mystery. Here's another reminder: don't follow Google Maps to the letter. You still have to have some good sense and keep your wits about you, because Google Maps sometimes gets it wrong. In this particular case, a glitch in Google Maps sent drivers the wrong way down a one-ways road. This is in Toronto, and it caused a bunch of different vehicles to drive the wrong way down this street for several days. Happened on Winona Drive. The influx of wrong way drivers southbound, they were going northbound on a southbound street, was the result of a Google Maps error. They listed the road as northbound only. Nope, it's a southbound only road. So April 29th, people in the area started looking at the people driving down the road the wrong way, thinking, what is happening? Residents took their concerns to local officials, the police, and to Google, but fixing it took several days. They were even putting homemade signs up informing drivers that the GPS is wrong, but they still couldn't get people to stop driving the wrong way down the one-way street. Finally, the city's transportation division had to contact Google Maps directly with the complaint. The city also put up a temporary do not enter sign and a barricade you can see there. Google said the error was fixed as of Monday. And now the city says they're going to follow up with Google Maps to figure out what went wrong. Because a glitch like this, so many people rely on this service that it can cause real safety impact in a real hurry. And that's what happened there in Toronto. In Texas, they have a one of a kind explosion lab. It is the world's largest explosion lab. And apparently you can go there and run your big blasty tests. Texas A&M University says they have the world's largest controlled explosion lab where researchers can fill a nearly 500-foot metal tube with gas and ignite it. They call this the detonation research test facility. And they say that they're looking at what it takes to turn a simple flame into a massive deadly detonation. They're hoping that the discoveries made at the detonation research test facility could better prepare engineers to prevent gas leaks and maybe even build explosion-resistant infrastructure. It's in southeast central Texas, the detonation tunnel about 6 feet in diameter, and it stretches the length of about 2 football fields. It's a metal exterior, 3/4-inch steel walls, covered in earth to muffle the sounds of the blasts. Inside, the tube holds various sensors that measure the explosion as it intensifies. They say by containing all the power within the facility, they can study explosions strong enough to level entire buildings. The shock waves that form in this tunnel can apparently reach speeds of Mach 5, about 3,800 miles per hour. The point of the detonation research testing facility is to observe, measure, and understand one of the most extreme forces of nature in ways that haven't been scaled before. Measuring a blast from flame to boom. Somebody's going to get hurt out there. I don't know. I hope they have great safety precautions. You know, we have a new supersonic X-59 aircraft. This is NASA's new aircraft, and they put out a video where they showed the acrobatics, and it's kind of cool. I have to share it with you now. Here is light. It looks a little mellow, but it gets better. It kind of makes you feel a little dizzy to watch it in some parts of the. It's the X-59 quiet supersonic technology.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's called Quest. They designed it in collaboration with NASA, Lockheed Martin's. It's a state-of-the aircraft built to fly very high.
Arm and run, right turn for left roll.
Built to fly very high and to fly very fast as well. I'll turn off the sound. So very high, very fast, without leaving the sonic boom in its wake. It was revealed to the public about a year ago, a few years behind schedule, and then it completed its first subsonic test flight last October or October of 2026, I believe. I left for a second. Most recently on April 14th, when they flew it over the Mojave Desert in California and started showing it off. This, they say, is not for the faint of heart. The ascensions and the axial turns, they say, look even uncomfortable from the computer screens. The X-59 didn't quite achieve supersonic speed. It only reached 0.95 Mach speed, which is about 730 miles an hour. But they say that major milestone isn't too far away at this point. So after this test, their plan is to continue to test the performance at high and fast test points, and then they'll move quickly into supersonic speeds. Eventually, the aircraft's design points of roughly 55,000 feet and Mach 1.4 will create the first ever quiet supersonic thump. That's what they call it. Not a boom, a thump. If all goes well, the X-59 will eventually top out around Mach 1.5. That's 990 miles per hour. and maintain a cruising speed of Mach 1.42, 940 miles per hour at an altitude of 55,000 feet. The supersonic thump is projected to have perceived loudness equivalent to a car door slamming, which is 16 times quieter than the sonic booms generated by the Concorde aircraft. So there it is, NASA's X-59. That's our newest feather in our cap. And there she is landing. You call a plane a she like you do a boat? I don't know. It's very pointy, that one. How about this? Oh, you know what I have? Let's do, because I want to make sure we get to it. How about a relaxing moment for Waterfall Wednesday? Everybody with a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we are headed to Taiwan. I have for you the top 10 waterfalls in Taiwan. This would be number 10 on the list. The waterfalls in Taiwan are plentiful. These are just the top 10. This is the Tifen waterfall. It is on the wild east coast of Taiwan, and it's one of the more obscure waterfalls there. There were no road signs leading the way. You had to climb a little dam to get there, but it's very picturesque, and there's not a lot of people at this place. It's a shadowy cove surrounded on three sides by nearly vertical walls, and the microclimate here is different than the rest of the canyon. The air cooler. So beautiful. That's the Tifen Waterfall in Hualien County in Taiwan. Here's the Songlong Rock Waterfall. This is a cool one. You get to walk behind it. Check out that water from all the angles. The Songlong Rock Waterfall is in Nantou County, Taiwan. There was a shuttle bus that could be taken here, or you can hike to it, but you get to walk through temperate forest with tunnels, suspension bridges, and ancient giant trees. There's a Heaven's Eye rock and a garden, and this waterfall set in a deep alcove plunging into a calm, reflective pool. So beautiful. Again, that's the Songlong Rock Waterfall. Here's another one. This one is so pretty. Take a look at this Huanglin Waterfall. Imagine coming upon this. This is in New Taipei City, Jinbei, Taiwan. It's a colorful, wide waterfall. Super pretty. The waterfall translates, the name of this translates to Golden Waterfall. Not sure whether it got its name from a nearby gold mine or from the color of the underlying bedrock, but definitely deserves a place on the top 10 list. It's number 8 on the list. Huangjin Waterfall. Just incredible. Or Golden Waterfall. The next one is number 7. It's Wufeng Chi Waterfall in Yilan County, Taiwan. And here it is. That looks majestic. You can tell how tall it is with the person standing there in front of it. It really is 3 waterfalls. Each one seems to get taller the higher up the trail you go. The top waterfall had a drop of 25 to 30 meters, the middle one 20 to 25 meters. There's a Catholic church in this area, some nearby hot springs. Really beautiful. That again is Wufeng Chi Waterfall. That's number 7 on the list. This one, it just screams raw power. Look at this waterfall. It's called the Zhao Wulai Waterfall. It's in the mountains just south of the international airport in Taiwan. It's a 50-meter waterfall. Gorgeous. You could feel the spray standing not even too close. There's a skywalk where you can look down on this waterfall through a glass floor. So there's a lot of different ways to experience. This one's number 6 on the list, Zhao Wulai Waterfall. Boy, is it ever pretty. Number 5 on the list, also beautiful. It's called the Wulai Waterfall. It also is in New Taipei City. Look at this one. Wow, the color of the water down below. So pretty. It is a waterfall that you can take a cable car toward the top of, and then it has more cascades and hidden tiers above the immediate cliffs there. You can take in the views from the cable car station at the top, along with the entire Wulai Valley. So pretty. Wulai Waterfall in Jinbei, New Taipei City, Taiwan. Here's number 4 on the list. It's called the Liangshan Waterfall. And it's in an area where there's more than one. Here it is, Liangshan. It looks like it's got it's a double-decker waterfall. The second drop is the smallest drop, but there's a plunge pool at the bottom that makes it really fun. The uppermost waterfall had a 2-tiered drop and was the highlight. So, really pretty waterfall there. This one, though, this one might be my favorite of the group. I don't know. It's a toss-up between the Huanglin and this one, the Shifen. Super pretty. This one is also in New Taipei City, and it's the most famous waterfall in Taiwan. It's got a block shape, 20 meters in height, 40 meters in width, and it throws out the mist. You can see the rainbow there created as the mist fills this valley. There's a loop trail where you can take in the whole experience. There's a lot of tourism in this area, so it's probably going to be packed. But it's so nice. It's very loud. The Shifen Waterfall in Jinbei, New Taipei City. Again, the most famous waterfall in this area. Number 2 on the list is the Qinglong Waterfall. Qinglong. And here is a picture of it. Look at that pool in the bottom. Ah, that's nice. It's an easy hike and a giant 116-meter drop on this baby. Really cool. You see other waterfalls on the hike to get here. They say that it's a tropical, steamy climate in this area. It's in the Shanlinshi Nature Park. The Qinglong Waterfall. So pretty. Look at that pool. And the number 1 waterfall on the list is this one. It is called the Kaohsiung Waterfall. It's in Pingtung County, Taiwan, in the southern part of the island. And it just beat the other one by the slimmest of margins to make the top of the list. It's very tall and wide, a 40-meter drop, kicks off a lot of mist, got some steamy tropical heat, produces rainbows. There's a single-lane road to get here and a sweat-drenching uphill hike to make it to this waterfall. But the experience is amazing. So this is makes the top of the list at World of Waterfalls. It's the Kaohsiung Waterfall in Pingtung County, Taiwan. And so there we have the top 10 waterfalls. There's some really good ones. Do you have a favorite? This one's pretty nice. That's so amazing. I'll tell you, look at that. From our trip yesterday and the waterfalls today, my perception of what I thought Taiwan was, which is just kind of a big city, is not what I am seeing at all. So, yeah, I'm glad we did that. This is Waterfall Wednesday, or that was Waterfall Wednesday, I should say. Going to the chat, see what you guys have to say. I dig the last one, says Maud. Love Taiwan, says Mindy. Gotta go see those falls. Love them all, says Glenn. Song Long is very nice. I don't know, Song Long. That was this one, Song Long. Yeah, you can see the walkway behind it where you can walk behind the waterfall. This is super cool. I think I like Huang Jin or perhaps the Shifen. I don't know. This was the number one. I don't know. They're all really pretty. Mindy says, I thought it was a big city. Obviously, I was wrong. Same. Exactly. By the way, there are waterfalls in Switzerland. I think we've been there before, but I did get your email because we went to the caves that you sent, and I saw that there was a waterfall thing on there. So I'll go back and check it out and make sure that we didn't miss any Switzerland waterfalls. Glass floor? I'm not so sure, says Harry. You got to trust it to go out and look down. That's for sure. So long, Song Long, says Blue Spark. Yeah. Well, we love a nice waterfall. So while I thank the people that have contributed to the show, we'll look at this gorgeous waterfall picture, which is calming and brings your heart rate down, right? Your blood pressure down. Thank you to Mary Zane B. Really appreciate your contribution to the PayPal, the show PayPal. Barbara H., thank you. Wes, thank you. Deborah S., Rhonda A., the most recent contributors to the show PayPal. Thank you for keeping this show rolling. So appreciate it, really. Thank you also to Harry, who threw in a $5, and to Glenn, who threw in a couple Australian dollars as well. You guys are super awesome. Thank you for that. Tomorrow on the Mark Thompson Show, we will see David Katz and talk about the law and interesting legal cases before the court. Maybe birthright citizenship we'll talk about as well. I'm still putting that show together, but it's going to be a good one. 11:30 tomorrow. It's the Mark Thompson Show. And please make a show note, because not only is it Trivia Thursday here on the after party, but the Nikki Maduro Show will be tomorrow, Thursday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Not today, that's tomorrow. So please be there for the Nikki Maduro Show as well if you need to make a note of it. Blue Spark throwing in 5 as well. Blue Spark, thank you for the super sticker. Really, really kind and generous. Thank you so much for the contributions. All right, everyone. I hope you make it the very best rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow on YouTube. But for now, bye-bye.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you. I don't think I've ever even been on Discord. I don't know anything about it, Grunge. I don't know.